Hi everyone. For this final mock-up, our mock-up number 3, we're going to create a 3-page folio document. So it's going to have 3 pages. Okay. Firstly, I'm going to make sure that my student number is on every single page. I'm going to create this very eye-catching main heading using an image and vertical text. So I'm going to teach you how to type on a path. I'm also going to show you how I did this fancy drop cap. Drop caps are basically capital letters which can take 2 or 3 lines of text, and basically their function is to alert your attention to the beginning of your document, and it also just makes it look more stylish and more professional as well. So I'm going to show you how to do that, and of course we're going to insert some rows of text and images. Now our rows of text don't all have to be the same width. Okay, so I just thought I'd show you the InDesign document that I used to make that PDF that I just showed you. You can see that there are very light guidelines all over it. You can just see they're kind of like a aqua green, and that's what helps me line everything up nicely. So the first thing we're going to do is create a new document. So we're going to go to File, New, and it's going to be a new document. And we're going to go up here to Print, View All Presets, and find the A3 preset. I'm going to call this one Mockup 3, and I'm going to put my name on it as well. It's always good practice to put your name on your documents, especially if you're going to upload them to Canvas. I'm going to change the unit of measurement to centimeters. I'm going to make the orientation landscape. I don't want facing pages, okay? And I'm also going to make 3 pages. So if you forget to put in number of pages, don't worry, you can do that later using your pages palette. So now I'm going to click Create. And the first thing I'm going to do is make sure that I have my Essentials Classic on. Essentials Classic workspace gives me my tools on the left-hand side, all the options or preferences for every single tool on the top, and then all my palettes are on the right-hand side. If I want to use any of these palettes, I simply click on them. If I want them to sort of minimize again, I just click on that over there. There's one more thing I want you to also add to your palettes. So we'll go to Window to find that, and it's the paragraph styles. Now to find paragraph styles, you simply go to Styles, and then you click on Paragraph Styles. So I want that also. So I might just put that away there. When I see the blue line, I know that it's been added to the side palette. Okay. Okay, so now I have my 3-page document. Okay, so I can scroll down and see all those pages. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my master page, because on this 3-page document, I want every single page to have my student number, but I'd also like it to have guidelines, because these guidelines are going to help me keep everything aligned. So don't forget the scrap principles of design: simplicity, contrast, repetition, alignment, and proximity. Okay, so these are our scrap principles: simplicity, contrast, repetition, alignment, proximity, and of course, color schemes. You need to think about that as well. And all of these apply to all aspects of graphic design, including layout and folio layout in particular. Okay, so back to our 3-page document. The first thing I'm going to do is create a master page. And to do that, I need to go to Pages in my palette, which is right here. I'm going to click on the A master, and I'm going to now edit that. And what I would like to do is add some guidelines, and I want those guidelines to appear on every single page of my document. So I'm going to go up here to layout and create guides. Now it's asking me how many rows do I want and how many columns. Now this is a personal choice, but for me, I like to have 4 rows. And just to remind you, rows go straight across a page, and 8 columns. 8 columns, of course, go up and down a page. So if you think of a house with columns, the columns go up and down. So that's an easy way to remember. Now I want to fit these guides to my margins, okay? And these are the margins here, not to the whole page. So I want the guides to start inside the margins, and then I click OK. So I just have to click out of here and scroll down, and you can see I've got guidelines on every single page. Another thing I want to add to my A master page is my student number. So make sure that you have double clicked on your A master page before you edit it. And I'm going to place a text box on the very top. So I'll just click on Type Tool, and I'm just going to draw a text box, and I'm just going to leave it outside of my margins. I don't want it to actually appear with all my folio information. Just want to keep it very discreet and separate from my folio. So I'm just going to put it up here, and maybe I'll move it down. Okay, so if I click now onto my pages, okay, just double click here, the first page, and I scroll down, I can now see that my student number and the guidelines have now appeared on every single page. Okay, so the next step is to create a second master page, and I'm going to call this the B master. And the B master is going to have everything that the A master has. So it's going to have guidelines, it's going to have my student number, but the B master is also going to have a vertical heading, a very eye-catching graphic heading, and it's going to sit on the left side of my page, just as I have in my actual document. So if I take you back to this document, this is what I want. And this is an element that's going to be used again and again on various pages of my InDesign document. So I want to keep that, save that as a master page as well. So let's see, go back to InDesign, and let's create a B master page. Now, the best way to do this is to right click the A master and create a new master. And by doing that, it allows you to base this particular master on a pre-existing master, in this case, the A master page, which has the guidelines and the student number that I want. Okay, and then I press OK. So now if I go to this section here, I've got a B master, and the B master also has guidelines and a student number. And now I'm going to add to that a sort of a graphic element, which is going to contain my main heading, which is identification of need. So the first thing we're going to do is double click on the B master, and we're going to start editing that. So what I want to do now is use my rectangular frame tool, and I'm going to draw a rectangular box down the left side of my page, and you can see how these rows are helping me align this box. And I'm then going to go File, Place. And I'm going to place an eye-catching graphic. So I'm going to place this particular image. Okay, so it's placed it in there. Okay, so it's actually framed a small section of that image. If I want to move it around, I can. I just need to click on it with the direct selection tool, and I can move that part of the image around. I can also resize it as well by just simply using my mouse pad and sort of dragging you know, the image back and forth to make it different sizes. There you can see the bounding box of that particular image. So it's a lot bigger than what it appears because it's behind the frame. So I'm just going to move that over. And I think I'll just use this section here, which I think is quite nice. Okay, so now I've created two master pages. I've created one that has just my student number and my guidelines. And the second one has student number, guidelines, and also a nice graphic box for which I can place my major headings in. Now, I'm ready to assign those pages, those master pages, to my 3-page document. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just simply, I'll go to my first page and I can assign the B master by simply dragging it on. Okay, my next page, I think I'll leave that with just my student number and my guidelines. And then on my third page, I will put another sort of, I'll put the B master because I want to actually put another main heading here as well. Okay, so that's the end of the adding master pages to my folio document video. I'm going to save it now so that I can reopen it next lesson and start adding some text boxes and some images to that, as well as some headings too. I'm going to show you how to add main headings, vertical headings as well. So what we need to do is save this work. So I'm going to just click save, or rather I'll click save as, and it's already been called mockup3_Hannah, but I just wanted to show you that when you save it, it's saving as an InDesign 2021 document, and you need to save it in your InDesign folder. And that way, when you reopen it, it will open up again with all your images and anything that you've put on your document intact. So give that a go, and yeah, thanks. Bye.